What's happening, my friends? Welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to be building the engine for the Type R. We have been working on this car for probably about a month now, and it's pretty much done. We keep running into problems left and right, but I think we finally have all of the problems finished up and we should be back on the road hopefully this weekend. Let me catch you up to speed if you have not been following along the last few days. Put the whole drivetrain in the car, went to drive it, ran very weird, and it would not go into gear when it was running. Pulled everything back apart, clutch was frozen together. That's why it would not go into gear running, but it would off. And then we were chasing down an oil leak. Oil leak ended up being the timing cover where the head meets the block. We had a gap. The reason we had the gap is because the head was shifted on the block because of the wreck. The turbo sits right here on the head. The turbo got hit so hard, it cracked the turbo in half and also shifted the head. So here's one of the alignment dials. This one's the better of the two. That one's a little messed up. And I don't know where the other one's at. The other one's twice as bad. I'll throw a photo on the screen. So yeah, now that you're all caught up to speed, today we're gonna put the motor back together. We did pick up our new alignment dowels from Honda, and then we did pick up our new head bolts from Honda as well, OEM stuff. They did not have a head gasket. Head gasket for a FK8 Type R is actually on back order from Honda is what they say. And so I went ahead and ordered an aftermarket one from a company called Golden Eagle Manufacturing. Now check this out. They overnighted it. It was very expensive to overnight. FedEx said they came to the shop to deliver the head gasket and they said nobody was here. You want to see what it looks like outside the shop right now? This is what it looks like. I don't know how they thought nobody was here. There's like 20 cars sitting outside. So once again, FedEx, you're killing me. Every time we have a FedEx package coming in, it's always delayed. So we can pick that up later on today, this evening sometime. We can go ahead and pick up the head gasket. In the meantime, let's stop talking and let's get to work. I need to clean up the block, get that thing ready to go. And then there's a couple parts over here that I need to get cleaned up and ready to go. Got to scrape all of the RTV off the front of the block and the bottom of the block so we can get this thing sealed up nicely. I was not expecting an OEM gasket to come out of that box, but it did, and I'm excited for it. So we got a gasket, we got our head bolts over there, we have our cleaned up and ready to go head here. Let's go ahead, slap this thing together. All right, we got the headset on the block. I do not have access to any sort of torque specs. I cannot find anything online. So I'm waiting for an answer from a few different people on the head bolt torque spec. For now, I'm just gonna snug them up to 30 foot-pounds, and then I'm gonna move on to all the timing components while we wait for an answer. We need torque specs for a couple different things, but primarily the head bolts. So for now, 30 foot-pounds, and then let's get this thing timed. So we now pretty much have a 100% complete long block again, which is nice. Pan and timing cover are sealed up, ready to go. I have not torqued them down yet with this 3-bond. It says you do not have to wait at all to hit the torque spec. I always give like 10 minutes and then I'll go ahead and torque it down. So let's give it a few more minutes, run through, hit all the torque specs on the pan and the cover, flip the motor over, get the valve cover on with this guy here and a couple of those parts down there in the box. All right, we're moving right along. Engine's 100% complete. Before it goes back in the car, we of course have to throw the trans on, and we have all of these parts right here. So wiring harness, water pump, turbo, AC compressor, alternator, some hoses and whatnot. We're moving though. We're making some solid progress, boys. Let's get this thing finished up and hopefully drop in the car. All right, we are ready for a transmission. There's one little janky thing I had to do. The keyway on the crank fell out and I did not realize that until now. Of course, it's nighttime and it's also the weekend, so we can't go until Monday. It's gonna be enough to fire it up. The keyway is just to align the pulley anyway. So it's not a big deal there. Let's go ahead, pop it off the stand. We need to install the ACT clutch on it and then get the trans on, and she is ready to go in the car. Well, we got a little bit farther than I was expecting today. We can pop here first thing tomorrow, slop the trans onto the engine, drop it in the car, subframe goes in, and I'll probably do a little test before I put the whole front end together, just to make sure we don't have any other random little issues to take care of. That's gonna be a wrap for today. I hope you guys enjoyed. Peace out, my friends, and I'll see you in the next video.